To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So look at that, huh? So yeah, I'm back at the tiny house build again today, and I tell you, I really enjoy looking at that roof. Came up here last night about 9:30 with the flashlight, and I was looking for my Tyvek tape. I've lost it. It's a full roll, $16 or $15 a roll, and I've lost it out here in the leaves, so I came up here to look for it again, and I just came up here with the flashlight and I stared at the roof, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. Then I went inside the house, and right over here, a deer walked right up there. I mean, not scared of anything. And of course, I was making noise. I was looking for the Tyvek tape. She walked up there into behind that cedar tree there and just started eating off the, I guess, acorns. That was something to see, that close to the house. I hope that continues when we get up here. She didn't seem upset about me being here at all. So today I'm gonna continue putting the roof on. I got 4 more sheets, full sheets to put on this side, which shouldn't take too long to just get them up there. Of course, it's quite dangerous. In yesterday's video, I'm sure you saw me getting them up there, and that's quite the challenge. So I'll get the 4 sheets up here. Then I got to cut some strips, 4 strips, about a foot, almost a foot wide to do the overhang. And then all I got to do is nail it all down, which is actually going to take the longest to do. That's a lot of nails. Then I'm going to put the house wrap on it, and then I'll cover it with the tarp. And then Carolyn and I are going to start shopping around for the metal siding, the metal roofing material, the tin roof. I'm sure everybody's seen the, those pretty tin roofs they've been doing nowadays. And so we're going to do the whole house in that. That's going to be a big chunk of change. I think it's going to, if my calculations are right, it's going to be at least $1,000. Of course, I didn't calculate anything with the trim. You got to buy trim and all that. It's going to be quite the expense. And so we're trying to figure out, do we just want to go ahead and get this done, or do we want to, keep on our path of doing $500 a month? If we do that, then we got to skip a month. However, there is still plenty to do, so it's not like I need to just hurry up and buy it. So I got 2x4s that I got to run on the rafters. I'm sure you can see right here, there's a seam right there. So I will have to put a 2x4 in between each rafter to fill in that seam. Now, I did learn something, and I thought about doing these boards over, but I'm not going to. It would probably be more work than just putting the 2x4s there. But if I'd have ran them long ways, then I wouldn't have had to do these 2x4s. However, I already calculated in the 2x4, so I bought enough 2x4s to do both sides. But on this side over here that I haven't completed yet, I'm gonna run them long ways, and then I won't have any seams because every seam will end up on a rafter or a truss. Lesson learned, learn from your mistakes. I mean, I kind of regret that I did that. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's not that big of a deal. I just got to cut up 2 2x4s, 9 times, get them up there, screw them in. Then before I buy the metal exterior, I still can hang insulation because the roof will be up, we won't have any leaks. I'll put the house wrap on, and which will prevent leaks. Then I'll also put the tarp on over that just for added protection. I mean, the tarp is wearing out pretty quickly, and it's not going to provide a lot of protection, but it'll help. But we have plenty of insulation to at least get started there on the walls, and then some in the attic. I can actually do some in the attic. The other thing I'm going to do, I've talked about this quite a bit. As soon as I get the roof on, I'm going to install the wood stove. So before I even get it all nailed down, I'm going to do that. That'll take a day or 2. So there's plenty to do. That'll take us up into next month's paycheck. So, I might be spending an extra $500, which I can make back up after that. I will need to go and buy 1x4s. So when I hang the metal sheeting, I'll have to run 1x4s along the walls and along the ceiling every 2 feet because I gotta have something to screw the metal sheeting into. Now, Carolyn has found a guy who sells them. I think for $1 a piece, which is extremely cheap. And even if they're not in good shape, it doesn't matter. They don't have to be in good shape. It's just got to have a little bit of material in it so we can screw that metal sheeting down. What I'm going to need, 50 of them, 25, 50 of them. So that's a really good deal. And once we get the insulation in, Carolyn wants to go to the same guy and buy pallet material. What he does is he rips pallets apart, takes them apart, and sells them a pallet of pallet wood. I forget what it was, $200. She thinks that would be enough to do the entire downstairs wall. So we're not going to use drywall here. We'll use drywall on the ceiling, but we won't use it on the walls. And she wants to be able to do that. That'd be easy, something for her to do. Of course, I'll have to probably cut the boards. I'm not sure she's comfortable with the saw. I don't know, we'll see. But she wants to do that. So that's going to take a good amount of time also. So it's all just a matter of, working things out. We can hang the boards before we do the insulation, the 1x4s. We can do that before we hang the insulation. So plenty to do. So I'm not really sure I'm in a big hurry to get the metal siding. Again, I have never said that I intend to live in this thing before February of next year. This is only October. And then when we move in the springtime, which is what my plan is, the wood stove will be ready and our firewood would be all dried out for the upcoming seasons. All right, so I'm gonna get started putting on the roof. Okay, so I've put 2 boards just hanging there upright. And so when I put my OSB on the roof, that'll keep it from sliding back down. And I don't have to move it around. That's the stopping point right there. So I attached a 2x4 on the roof here temporarily so I can crawl around a lot easier. Oh, and instantly it has made a major difference. I'm not struggling near as much now that I've got that up. Originally I put these pieces of plywood here in the attic so I can crawl around, and that has worked superb. But as I close in the roof here, because I already got one piece right here that's closed in, I'm not going to be able to use the attic, so I needed something where I can crawl around. Always trying to think, what can I do to improve my situation so I can make the job easier, especially when you're working by yourself and you don't get a lot of time each day to do things. Every step has to count, otherwise you'll just never get anything finished. And I already feel that way sometimes. I wish I'd had the camera on. I was trying to get this last piece up here and the wind just picked up and took it off like a kite. It didn't damage the board in the least. I was really surprised. So, boy, that was a ride. Being on that ladder trying to hold that up and it just took off. Both sides got the roof up. Oh, can't tell you how relaxed I feel about this. So now I don't have to worry about the rain near as much. Of course, I still got to get the house wrap on, that stuff there. But I'm going to get the stove installed tomorrow, get the hole cut for the chimney, and then I can worry about tacking this down, nailing it down, and then covering it with house wrap. And then I can put a tarp up on there. And it was a cold day today, and windy. Lost that panel. I lost it. One of these panels flew right off into the air. I'm having a hard time holding the camera. That's how windy it is. I hope I can encourage you to create something today that makes you happy. Thanks for watching.